All right. Uh, Okie dokie. Here we are. So, planning for the week. I'm probably not going to be doing my weekly stream just because it's yo dude, it's Thanksgiving. So that's going to be occupying my late week. Damn, I'm going to be getting back. I'm literally planning this as I'm talking right now. But high chance I'm getting back like god, like Saturday. I'm going to be palling around. Visiting different people. And so yeah, no, it's gonna be a matter of excuse me, doing something when I get back. Yeah, I'll probably do Saturday. The variation gives me an opportunity to like check out how different things work, how different days work. Um, what days work better, what days work worse. Although, of course, I'm not exactly collecting a sample. I'm only doing, a test case. But still, excuse me, exploring the path a little bit. You know what I mean? Just getting myself set up here, opening up the project I was working on. We're so close to finishing this, by the way. I gotta check exactly. We either have to line art one more figure or just shade the two figures that are unshaded. And then we're officially done with this. I'm actually excited. After, oh dear. Where she blows. Here we go. Oh yeah, we just got a shade. Look at that. Now let's hit the button. And bring up the clowns. As you can see, I'm going to be redoing my scenes here. The way I got it set up is nice but not ideal because of the fact that I got to manually reset the window capture source. It's really freaking annoying. But yeah, I got to set it manually each stream. So you see that rigmarole I go through. Anyway, here we are. I'm going to shade these two guys so that they look like these two guys. And then we're done. We got 4 stickers. We're done with this project. Probably going to do more stickers of Lethal Company on this theme. I'm probably going to do some of the monsters, but that's in the future. You know what I mean? For right now, we're just focusing on right now. God, I'm legitimately excited to like finish this and get on to the next one. We were at about there 40 for the size. Excuse me. Yawning a lot. It's like I just got up or something. So yeah, I've been doing these dailies for like what, 2-3 weeks now. It's been an interesting experience. Of course, they're not getting a lot of views, and I think that I know why, though. What the fix is, I don't know. Because I gotta, the weekly streams I do, right? Alright, disconnected for a second there. Anyway, yeah, no, but the weekly streams, I'm currently doing 2 hours. And something I noticed is that people only really trickle in the last hour. I even tried switching up the order of the games I was doing, because I was noticing that, doing Helldivers and Disco Elysium right now. And Disco Elysium is definitely getting more attention than Helldivers in terms of who's searching for it. I don't think that there's more demand for Disco Elysium necessarily, but the big boys are doing Helldivers more than they're doing Disco. So the result is that yeah, the result is that I'm able to be a part of the niche more in Disco. You know, I'm able to participate more in the general interest in Disco that I am in Helldivers. But no, switching it up and playing Helldivers first versus Disco first, or Disco first versus Helldivers first, doesn't change the fact that I only get engagement in the last hour. And something that I've noticed that other streamers do is they basically give the first like hour of their streaming away to a pre-show. It's not even that they're doing anything, they're just kind of like saying stream starting soon, and they do that for like an hour. So I think that that's a deliberate tactic. Then I'm going to research a little bit more and then maybe try to incorporate of having that pre-show where you just like literally just put the stream on for an hour and don't necessarily do nothing. Just maybe have it on some idle thing that says, yo, starting at this time. And that basically allows people to discover the stream and trickle in and notice it. And then you're actually going live after that hour mark to take advantage of that, trickle. Now, that's not a perfect solution to my problem. I don't think that little, like, blank is what I do. But I do think I'm going to try to, on the weekly streams, stream longer and, see how that changes things, and basically, like, for the first hour, not really give a fuck, and just, you know, fart around, basically. I might even do, like, give the first hour of the stream away to art. Under the conception that nobody's watching, so you just do whatever. I'd be more willing to do the art, but, you know, the thing is that that weekly stream is, since it's advertised as a gaming stream, that's what I want to mainly be doing. But since that first hour is a gimme, basically, I might as well use it as a gimme. Alright. I've been switching to the... No, this is not going to be a good idea. I was gonna say I've been doing I've been using the brush to fill in here, because with how spaced out I'm making this pixelated brush, it's not very efficient to actually fill in a large area once I've defined a border of the shadows. See, like, look at that. It's not really efficient. So it's best to switch it up and use this for the fill-in. But yeah, I think for the weekly stream, Disco makes more sense as my main course. Whereas Helldivers would be good for the pre-show. I think that's how I'm going to do it. Especially considering that soon I might have somebody else to Helldive with on stream. And that is immensely helpful because I don't know if you know this. This is secretive information. They don't want you to know this, okay? They don't want you to know this. Helldivers is a multiplayer game. So yeah, it helps to have multiple people playing it. Let's realize something. Okay. Yeah, I was taking a look-see because something I don't want to happen is I don't want the light color to be influencing. Yeah, it's not. It gives the effect. So I currently have the blending mode set to multiply, right? So currently have the blending mode set to multiply. So result being that like the dark colors are darkening it, but the light colors are not lighting up the colors underneath. The white is not lighting up the colors underneath, and the dark is darkening the colors. This is because I don't want the light to make the colors and the highlights lighter. I want it to be basically flat and then darkened. I don't want to have highlights. I'm not doing that on this piece. So I'll call it a piece like it's not freaking Redbubble stickers. Righto. But yeah, I was being careful that I wasn't selecting a blending mode where the whites were affecting the color in a way that I don't want. And the thing is that it gives an effect that it does, because here's the thing. Color is contextual. The way you perceive color is contextual. It is so friggin' annoying for doing what I do. Holy shit. But color is contextual. So you can see here, this looks brighter than this. However, if you take the eyedropper tool, get a little bit of this, and then go here, same color, same exact color, but still, this looks lighter because this is darker. It's contrast, you know? Like, yeah, this kind of looks, the dark over here kind of looks the same as the matte over here if you're not really paying close attention to it. It's weird, it's tricky like that, and that's so freaking annoying in trying to get the colors right. Swear to God. No bueno. You know, like... but what do you want to do? Fucking change the fundamental rules of the universe? Huh? You want to do that? No, you don't. It is evolutionary moral useful for us to have this sort of contextual color perception in like most tasks that involve being outside and living life and seeing colors. It's just that it's annoying for us artists. What can I say? Evolution isn't necessarily a kind mistress to the artists in its midst. That was a horrible quote. She used the term mistress unironically. In a metaphorical sense, too, I wasn't even being cute. Well, I was being cute, but I was being cute in like a fucking academic metaphorical sense. If I had a doctorate, they should revoke it. I don't have a doctorate. I ain't got no degrees in this shit. I got degrees in something. I ain't telling you what. That was a really important area to detail. Okay, that was really, like, we needed to detail that area. It was great, great stream content detailing that area. Feeling giggly this morning. Yeah, this week is going to be weird for me. It's only going to be a half week. And then I'm going to be palling around, tooling around, doing all kinds of nonsense on the weekend. I'm not going to give away what. I do have to practice restraint here on these streams because I am streaming to the public. The public can do all kinds of things. They're very crafty. You don't want to give them too much information. I've given away too much already. But anyway. Yeah, half day of work ain't bad though. Half week at work ain't bad. I'll be like, it's hump day, and then I'll also be like, oh wait, that's also the end of... What am I talking about doing my game stream Sunday? I should do it Wednesday. Jeez. Live planning in the stream, folks. Live realizing that I should just do the stream a day early as opposed to 2 days late. That's probably the better way to do it. Man, do I want to fix that stop sign? I think it looks okay. It looks like crap. But in a way that's consistent. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. You're complicit in this. You're picking up what I'm putting down. You're ideologically captured in the same way that I am. Looks fine. I'll have to take another look at it when I'm like done, but like, you know. Like, it's best to like publish these like not like today. Like I want to give it a while, sit with them, forget what they look like, come back, see them with fresh eyes, be like, okay, let's change this, and this, but this, and this that I thought were bothersome are actually fine. It's you gotta like it's a lot to consider. Anyway. So that looks fine. I don't see any reason to do more or less with this. And then this guy's going to be even more of a breeze. I think. Because this is another one. I love that diegetic lighting. What I'm going to do, you see this? The monitor of this console is like right here. That's going to be the place where all the shadows come from. Or light in my case, since I'm doing this thing where I'm like literally painting in the light as opposed to painting in the shadow, which is just way more intuitive for me. Way more intuitive. Like, I've done it before where I'm just painting the shadows, and for some pieces that works for me, but for a lot of pieces, I'm just like, what am I doing? What is going on? This is unintuitive. I don't like it. Make it stop! You know what I mean? You know? Okay. W. Bam. Right. G. New layer. Fill in with the black. Bam. Silhouette. It's cinematic. It's gonna win an Oscar. It's a cinematography, silhouette, lighting. All right. Bam. Now it's a shadow. Now it's shaded in a way that is appropriate for the type of piece that it is. Create. There you are. Okay. Now we go. Now we add the magic. I'm on a friggin' roll today, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen really isn't the most inclusive thing to say. I know that, like, we're kind of, like, culturally speaking, the world is hell, and we've kind of abandoned the whole, as a culture, we're kind of moving away from the whole pronoun thing. People who it's important to are still doing it, but, like, the broader culture is having a moment where they're, you know, collectively soiling themselves over a bunch of bullshit and making a bunch of mistakes. But, I don't know, I still want to be inclusive to the they-thems. I know the they-thems. They're kind of nice. Not even kind of nice. I really like them. But there isn't, like, a snappy thing to say that, like, rolls off the tongue. Like, ladies and gentlemen rolls off the tongue. You know, it's a lot of syllables, but it's a lot of syllables that work for me. You know what I'm saying? There isn't a they-them version of that, you know, that rolls off the tongue. One has not been developed yet. I don't know. Also, saying ladies and gentlemen is a habit, so I'm probably going to keep doing it for a while. But you get the point that, like, you know, I mean to include the I mean to include the they-thems, but, like, yeah, no, I'm still working on it. What can I say? What can I say? Alrighty. Okay. I mentioned this before. Lethal Company is another job I want to do on stream, another game I want to do on stream. But it's just like friggin' Lethal Company solo. Forget it. Not doing it. Nope. No, siree, Bob. No, 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 no. No, son. Not doing that. Because that's another one that, yeah, no, it really is built for multiplayer, and it's scary. And so, yeah, no, I'm not freaking doing it solo. Are you kidding? You know, it's not that I'm completely chicken. It's just like scary game is scary game, and when you're doing a game that's meant to be multiplayer and you're doing it solo, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. And so it's like there are multiple ways that I'm making myself miserable, and for what? For why? For views and content that are again going to be, in my opinion, what am I currently okay? For content that is, in my opinion, going to be diminished because, you know, the full Lethal Company experience is fucking laughing your ass off because your friend fell down a hole and, like, their freaking mic cut out at a comedic time. You know? Like, you need people to suffer with. That's the Lethal Company way. You know, the power of friendship in tough times. That's the Lethal Company message. Oh, boy. Nah, that's all coming down the pipeline in the future, etc., etc. Stuff is happening, things are happening, you know. Slow building, the slow march of self-improvement, etc., etc. It's why you're here, folks. Kind of. I don't know. Still working that out. Righto. Yeah, I'm not gonna do. I'm debating whether to do a drop shadow for this arm. I'm not gonna do it. It's like for this piece, it's too complicated. That's the factor here. Like, I don't do complicated shading in general, just because I'm not at that skill level, and relative speaking levels of complication I don't really engage in, because it's like, what am I getting out of it when I'm matching it with this particular style, this very particular kind of like, you know, sort of like faux chibi style. The answer is nothing. I get nothing. What am I... Damn. See that? It was crazy. She's using a color when I'm just supposed to be using black and white in this. Alright. Come here, you. Fix it later. Alright, so... what we have here is a failure to communicate. Now what we have here is, I think this is the last piece here. Once we fill this in, I think that'll be it for this. And then, we're only at the half-hour mark, but I do have another thing I want to get started on stream. Oh dear. Hate it when that happens. All right. See, saw the TV glow. Look at that. I don't know what that movie's about, but that's what it's titled. Glow from a monitor. That's the same, right? Okay. Excuse me while I stretch a bit. Okay. So that's it for those. We've got Uno and Dos. We've also got... oh dear, come here. Close, will you? We've also got Tres and Cuatro. You can tell my Spanish accent is really authentic. And those are going to be our stickers. Now, we're not 100% done. Like I said, I'm going to put these down basically, and then I'm going to come around back to them in like maybe a couple of days and be like, okay, this worked, this didn't. Let's fix this, this, and this, but this, and this that I thought were a problem aren't a problem. I don't actually give a shit. Let's move on. Let's post them. like final QC. But for now, we're done. For now, we're done. Control S. All right. Well, if you excuse me, I want to pull some switcheroo here. Like I said, I do have a damn it. There we are. Like I said, I got footage. I stayed noited. Another project to work on for the second half. I've mentioned Raymaker before. Raycast. I keep calling it Raymaker. Raycasting Game Maker. That's what it's called. It's a big problem that I was having is that I did not really have an idea of what I wanted to do for it. Now I do. And you ask yourself, what is that thing that I'm going to do? Answer. Back rooms. So I am basically in the okay, I have to put it there. This window, like you'll see this is in 3/4 aspect ratio. You can't get it to 16:9. This is a very old program. I've said this before. In fact, hang on a second. I gotta fiddle around with this a little bit. Live, folks. We're doing it live. Okay, yeah, that's annoying. I can't necessarily see the top or bottom of the, Oh, this is how we move position. I think. Okay, yeah, you see that? The maker space is a little bit longer than it is wide, so we have to deal with that. Shouldn't matter, though. Anyway. I need a good starter project. I need a good project to be like, okay, we're just doing the basics here. Nothing fancy, nothing, too complicated. Just something nice and simple to work out my workflow of building levels, creating assets, importing said assets, having an actual game with like mechanics and like a point, maybe a plot, working out the more technical details like editing some of the aspect ratios that I have to work with, because you can actually do that. A lot of games that they show off made with this maker are a lot of games that they show off with this maker are have like the aspect ratios of things like the user interface are completely fixed, and there's nothing you can do with them to make them bigger or smaller or taller or shorter. You just have to strip under the game, and that's it. But you can actually change them. There's a method. Basically, you can edit the system files that the maker uses to assign the different aspect ratios to the different elements of the game. This thing is an extremely simple editor. I've said that before. Right. Lost my train of thought. But yeah, no, so need a simple project to really just like establish that stuff, get it going. And got to turn this off for a second. You know, if you don't already know why you don't want to know. Oh, thank God, didn't do it. All right. So yeah, long story short, oopsies. We're doing the back rooms. You can see that we don't exactly have a good backrooms wall texture right now. The goal is to change that. Yeah. By the way, our current floor texture is a meme. This is a meme I made a long time ago. So it's blank unless you put something in, and I put something in, so that says it's a picture of... it's a picture of a low poly Obi-Wan Kenobi from this one. I think it was a Wii game. A Star Wars or Clone Wars Wii game called Republic Heroes. And he just kind of looks like shit, honestly. The game is beloved in my soul, but I recognize its limitations. Like the graphics, they don't exactly kind of have the fidelity you would expect from a, well, from a Wii game from like the fucking early 2010s. And also the fact that it was a friggin' game nobody cared about on the Nintendo friggin' Wii. But yeah, no, I just put the caption over this shitty low poly render of Obi-Wan that's just said Robert Kennedy. And like, does that make any sense? No. Did that have any relevant to current events at the time? No. But now it frickin' does. Now there's a frickin' Robert Kennedy in the news that's like frickin' hogging all the oxygen from my meme of Robert Kennedy. My fucking fill-in floor texture meme of Robert Kennedy as low poly Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars Republic Heroes. All of this makes sense. I'm not crazy. Anyway. So the point is that that's the game we're working with here. Yeah. So what we've got to do basically is what I want to do is I'm deliberately basing this off of a specific source of Backrooms media, Backrooms content, and that would be probably the most famous fella to make Backrooms content, maybe? Question mark? God, I forgot the channel's name. But he did like 40-minute renders. 40-minute short film of Backrooms. Like the most recent one he did was like 40 minutes. It's actually really good, just like as a found footage. It's like found footage. And as a found footage horror film, it's actually like really decent. I think, like, for real, if you're, you know, looking at found footage horror, it is an example of it. You know what I mean? Like it deserves to be up there with like shit like Blair Witch. The only real taint to that prize is that the truth is that stuff like that is not very good. So it's not saying too much, but he does it good. He does it well. He also, I think, I don't know for a fact, but I think he was the originator of the whole idea of having some sort of research SCP like research organization coming in and investigating the backrooms. So other people obviously ripped that off to the point of it becoming a meme, but you know, he's still standing stronger than he ever did, looking like a true survivor, looking like a little kid. So I'm doing all this with this wall texture, and what I believe should happen is that I should be able to create a very backrooms-like wall texture and just replace this texture using the texture selectamajigger. I shouldn't say thingamajigger. Sounds too much like another word. But the point is that I should be able to just basically replace the texture wholesale. If I'm not, I'm going to be very pissed, quite frankly. It's going to be very annoying to deal with that, but it's an option that I think I have. But no, to gush over this one particular creator's backroom content. He's also the guy that did the Oldest View, the Rolling Giant thing. And yeah, his work, his contributions to the backrooms benefit from an elegant simplicity. You look at other content with it, and it does not have the same. It just doesn't match the atmosphere. I don't know how else to describe it. It doesn't like do the job of creating the atmosphere that his work does. For many reasons, not the least of which that they add too much stuff. People kind of took the backrooms and they used it as sort of like a diet SCP, which was a thing that people were itching to do, because the thing about the SCP wiki is that they have pretty high standards for what they for like the contributions that they actually allow in. Anybody can write an SCP, but like there's actually a standard of quality that you have to meet in order for your work to really get onto that wiki and stay there. Like, there's actually an achievement. You have to actually put some work in. I thought about writing an SCP a long time ago. I have an idea for one. It's pretty... It would be a fucking throwback at this point with the way the style's changed. Not that I mind the way the style's changed, but, like, I had an idea, basically a lawyer who somehow taught themselves to, basically became able to convince anyone of anything, and because of psychological problems that they have, they use this power exclusively to convince people that they're murderers, whether or not they're actually murderers. Then I had the idea that the lead researcher in her case, because of the psychological distress that this SCP brings to people that they encounter, the lead researcher on the case is somebody who actually killed their own brother. And it was like a thing that, like, you know, the Foundation basically covered up and said, okay, well, I mean, you're a good researcher. We need you. But we are going to hold this over your head like sort of Damocles. Like, we basically fucking own you now. For better and for worse. And so, like, he's able to have unique insight to his abilities since he already knows that he's a murderer. Unlike everybody else who, like, you know, she's sort of... It's sort of like a friggin', like, lashing out. Like, they have their abilities, but what makes them do the harm that they do, as opposed to just, you know, sort of, like, using their powers for good, is psychological issues. You know, that's the idea. It's not just the anomalous nature, it's the psychology of the person. But anyway, that never came together. I never did that. I might, you know, at some point, now that I've already revealed it to the world in a way. Dust that off and maybe do it, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Come here, you walls. Alright. See, I hate doing these double wides like this. I don't like it. I don't like doing it. I don't like doing it. Something doesn't sit right with it. This area is filling up fast. Over here I want to create another big area, big open space. 3. No, but what was I saying? Oh yeah. Oh, great, I need to make this one bigger. Because it's gotta be centered. I gotta be... damn my perfectionism. It's not really perfectionism. It's just, you know, attention to detail. But anyway, backrooms, yes. The elegance of atmosphere in the backrooms media that the guy I'm talking about made difficult to understate. It's good shit. It's really good shit. Difficult to overstate, that is. It was crazy as this kid was like, I think like 16 or 17 when he started making these. And, you know, these are like high quality renders. Just good looking stuff. There's so much atmosphere and tone, for lack of a better term, that makes them what they are. And other stuff related to the backrooms suffers from not understanding that core component. And so people are just kind of like freewheeling, doing whatever. And the result is that a lot of it loses that central tone and just gets lost in the fluff, you know? I know exactly what I want to do. I know exactly what I want to do. So the advantage of that piece of media is that this of his backrooms media is there's just one type of creature there. Only one type that his backrooms really have, and that simplicity lends to a feeling of completeness. We don't get bogged down into the details of speculating about all these different how did I get off the playlist? Wow, my music got really messed up. That's strange. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, that simplicity means that, you know, we're going to be speculating about that monster, but we're not getting bogged down in classifying all the different monsters and putting them together and putting them into clades and whatnot, which is beneficial for some types of media, but not for, you know, the mystery that the backrooms is trying to cultivate. And yeah, something good results from that simplicity. Anyway, this was a long caterwauling me saying that this backrooms game that I'm going to do, I have a pretty simple conception of it. You're just going to have one type of monster, one type of enemy, and you're not going to have any weapons. I'm not sure how to do that in this game. I think de facto you're going to get a knife when you spawn in. I might just give the monster a lot of health. So you can kill it, but you really don't have the option. The point is that they are a major nuisance. And an element of the simplicity of this game works in my favor in that regard, in that, the AI is pretty simple. If it can see you, it follows you. If you can't see you, it doesn't. It just stands there. Which, in a game like this, where you're, you know, wandering around, it's basically going to be an exploration game. A maze game, if you will. You're just trying to find the exit. There's not really a objective beyond that. I might not even do I don't know if I need to do a key, but I'm not going to make the player do that. I'm thinking right now. I have something planned that I'm not sure I'm going to pull off. Quiet, you. I'll get to him in a minute. But no, yeah, so the monsters are going to be a nuisance that are going to make some paths more risky, because if he gets you, he kills you. There's not much you can do about it. So I already have one here. You can see that this is a simple path. You can just follow the big corridor into this area, and then this is going to be like a central choke point to get to the end, to get to the exit. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it'll be a feint. But otherwise, I'm putting simple and complex ways of getting there in. Yeah. Damn, what the fuck was I saying? Simple and complex. Basically, you're going to be rewarded for really wandering and getting yourself lost, but the more direct options are going to be possible, but carry more risk. They're going to carry more risk. Excuse me. They're going to have more monsters, the more direct routes. The paths less traveled will be safer, but it'll be more complicated. Reward incentive structures. This is the describing very, very, very basic game design here. And this is extremely basic game design. I'm just making a maze right now. Oh, look at this. Look at what I've done. I messed it up. Right. I'm just gonna test out what we've made so far. Look at that logo. This is what all gaming used to look like for the longest time. Color of Rust. So... Oh shit. He's got a gun. I forgot. I didn't know I was going this way, to be honest. Oh man, did you see the way he just spawned out of nowhere? Yeah, that actually... Here's the thing with scares. I am actually pretty easy to please. I have a low tolerance. Yeah, that actually kind of spooked me a bit, I'm not gonna lie. I'm easy to please. That honestly might be a core component of why I like those backroom short films as much as I do. Because they are, like, you know, kind of spooky folks. My turning radius is really slow. I think that's because of the way I put in the settings. No, but you can see that was a pretty good distraction. And we're already fucking lost. Dead end. Will I be able to make it back to the central room I made? I made this maze. I know how it works. I have a map of it. I'm gonna need to put in set piece landmarks. With props. Because you can put in props in this game. Those would be important because otherwise we're just, you know, going through empty rooms here. Oh, hey, I made it. What do you know? Yeah, that was in a pretty linear part there. I don't even know where I was. But yeah. If I get a nice sort of backroomsy wall texture and replace Obi-Wan, loath as I am to do it, get some ceiling textures in there, that'll be right there. The basics of something good. The basics of something good. Right off the bat. And so, you know, You can see, this is what happens when I try to use the mouse. This game does not really like mice. When I'm doing this is arrow keys, honestly. It's not something I like, but I think it's a limitation of this engine, especially because I'm using a special type of mouse. Yeah. Let me try to confront that guy one more time. Where is he? Is he down this way? He's down this way. There he is. Whoop. Trying to run past him. Damn. Whoa. He's getting some hits on me because of the bullets. Okay, this is the big open area I built. Yeah. Increasing his speed and decreasing my health is gonna make him fucking scary. Again, the simplicity is a factor here. You know, there's those Garry's Mod games where the you're wandering around a backroom type environment and the enemy is literally a freaking JPEG of like freaking Obama or something, like coming at you at a high speed, and it just comes towards you. People play those. It's pretty effective. Sometimes simple works. Sometimes simple works. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, we're gonna leave off from that. We're gonna leave off from that. Yeah. It's after 7. Put in a good hour. We've gotten one project pretty much done, and we've started another completely different one that I'm probably gonna have to do extensive retooling to. Anyway, point is, damn, where did I go? Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next one. I'll be doing about 3 of these this week. I'll definitely be taking a week from the daily streams during when I'm traveling, but yeah, the weekly one I'll probably be doing on Wednesday, just because it's Wednesday, my dudes. Yeah, but yeah, no. If you're watching this in the VOD, friggin' great, love you. Nobody watched live because that's how these things typically go. But anyway, yeah, no, fucking have a great day.